Alright, so Professor Jim Schultz here for my Finance 512 students. As you can see, I am in the Thinkorswim software, and I wanted to shoot this video for how to set up a few of your chart settings that will be very, very important for you when you begin to do technical analysis and start to use your charts in your trading. And so the first thing I'm going to do, as I normally do, is I'm going to minimize this window. But first, take note, I have reset my account. So I will be coming after each and every one of you, and I do plan on taking first place. So I just want to be on the record as having said that on January 30th at 9:42 Eastern Standard Time. Alright, so you click on your charts, and let's say I've already got Google loaded up here, so let's just go ahead and use Google. Right, so here is a chart for Google. Now, the first thing you want to do is figure out how do I change my background, and then how do I print a chart. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you can right-click. Go to Style, and then go to Settings. Or you can simply click Style up here. It will bring you to the same drop-down menu. Click Settings. When you get to this window, click Appearance, and then click on this common arrow down here. This will bring you to the background screen. Change your background from blue to white. And then I personally like to get rid of the grid. That's just a personal preference. If you want to keep it, you certainly can. So then you click Apply, and then you'll see that the background is white. Okay, so that's what all of you need to be turning in white backgrounds. You will be marked down if you don't do that, because it's so difficult for me to try to read what you have done on your charts, and you're burning up a whole lot of ink that you really just don't need to do. If you wanted to change your candle colors, you could. You would click on this chart type window arrow. And you can see my bullish candles are green, my bearish candles are red. I don't personally use these colors in my own trading. When I shoot some of my videos later on in the semester showing you guys a glimpse into my trading, you're going to see different setup. But this is kind of the Thinkorswim default, so that's why it is up on the screen now. You can tinker around and change this if you would like. It's completely up to you, right? But that is essentially how you would change the background and then potentially change the colors as well. So now that I have this chart up, how would I print this chart? Well, actually, if you click on this, what looks like a printer icon, it will eventually get you there, but it's actually quite complicated if you follow that process. I would simply click on the Style button again and go down to Print Chart. That's going to bring up your normal, your normal printer prompt. From here, I would click on Page Setup and make sure you're printing out your charts in landscape. Simply because, with the horizontal orientation, you just get so much. It's so much more efficient at capturing what is on your screen. So that would give you a nice white chart with red and green candles. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is you can see that my chart is already in candlesticks. What if it wasn't in candlesticks? Well, when you guys first get started, if you haven't done this yet, yours are probably in bars, which will look like this. Which, if you didn't know better, you would think that's a candlestick, but it's not. It is what is called a bar. And I do not want anyone using bar charts. They're very different from candlestick charts. I want us all to begin our analysis with candlestick charts. So make sure that you change your style from bar to candle. If you turn in a bar chart, you will be marked down because I'm expecting everyone to be using candle charts, especially now that, after watching this video, it's pretty easy to see how you can change that to candlestick. So make sure that you do that. And then the final thing I want to say is this. When you print your charts, make sure that you capture enough of the context so I have a very good idea what was happening in the marketplace at the time you placed your trade. Like this would be plenty of context, right? Like I don't know how many candles are on the screen, but there are quite a few. There's 80, maybe 100, I'm not sure, right? But, maybe you did some analysis like, all right, this is some resistance. This is some support. Maybe you bought over here. Maybe this is, some additional support. So you decide to buy down here. That, by the way, is a pin bar. And I'm going to shoot a separate video on pin bars. But that's a pin bar. That's a pin bar, right? That's even a pin bar up there. And so, but the key thing in this video, not to get off track and get on a tangent, is make sure you're capturing enough of the screen so I have an idea what's happening. In the past, students would highlight like that. And they would print off these candles. And they would say, hey, I bought here, there was support that was way over here, and resistance way over here, but you can't see it. But trust me, it's there, so I bought here and tried to make some money. Well, this is great for you in your own mind, but I have no idea, what the total analysis that went into your trade. And so make sure you're capturing at least 50, 60 candles on your charts when you print them out to give me a nice context as to what is happening. Now, I may have lost some of you in terms of how I zoomed in, so let's go back. So if you want to zoom in, all you have to do is left click and then drag it over, and it will highlight a section of your chart. So let's say you want to just look at this area, right? It will zoom in on just that area. And this would probably be enough candles. I would even add 20 or 30 more candles to your charts. But that is how you zoom in. It's a really nifty little feature that comes in really, really handy when you're trying to analyze the markets and hone in on certain segments of time. And go back to the bigger zoom. You just right click and you select auto zoom, and this brings you back to where you were. So these are a few key chart settings that I expect all of you to utilize. Hopefully this video was helpful for you in trying to navigate the Thinkorswim software, and so I will see you guys on the next video.